Well, hello folks, my name's Ian and welcome to my channel. Can't say welcome to my shed because we've gone out for a ride. And if you've been following along, you'll know that in a skip dive a week ago I picked up this first aid box, and amongst that lot was also this Mines Rescue Service medal. And also, let's put that down there, also including there was a wristwatch, which I didn't give much thought to. Smith's 7 jewels, but when I turned it over, it says workmates and staff, Goulburn Colliery, 1969. I know I did initially have a look on eBay, and somebody was selling a medal, Mines Rescue Service medal, wanting £100 for it, and I've given my decisions as to why I'm not going to sell it. I'm actually going to donate it. I'm going to donate it to here, the Astley Green Colliery Museum, the Lancashire Mining Museum, with its own heading, gear, windings head. Let's go in and speak to a guy called Pete. Alright, so because of what I've donated, this lady she's the guide, has kindly offered to me to go and show me a big engine, which I guess would run that headgear.
20 miles an hour.
Good grief, that's a big
and
wheel.
If you go back to 1912, that was pretty fast.
Apparently, I've just missed this engine running, but oh well, never mind. Wow, quite high up, really. Quite high up. Woo!
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, that fills your lens.
When I come this way, I'll take you to some special places. Be careful, there's a few things on the floor. Personally, this is the main wheel that the winding rope was on. It was steel cable, which is referred to as rope. Set cable miners will pull you over it. This came in several sections and weighs 125 tonne. And at full speed it will do 58 revolutions per minute. And that's equal to 85 feet per second.
Wow.
When I go up there, you can see a lot better, and for filming it'll be a lot better for you.
Oh, thank you. Now you can look. Now you can look at my bum now.
Underneath the the main bearings. We have to oil those every time it runs.
Wow.
Now
That's
we have to remove that cover there, and the main bearings are down there.
right.
These used to be auto-oilers on, but they disappeared.
The size of them nuts.
Yep. Have you noticed the well oil stop and rusting?
I have to make a joke about a big shaft, but never mind. Wow.
If you have a look at each side of the
So when they say I missed this by half an hour running, did that go round?
Oh yes.
Wow, that would have been impressive.
This is not 2 engines, it's 1 engine. The whole thing is just 1 engine that fills this room.
Wow.
If you look at the girder at that side and the girder at this side, you'll see they're connected together. Those are the brakes.
Right, I see.
They are the
Excellent.
air brakes. These are steam brakes, but they're air
I know the guy says, I think it was £50, I can pay and I can drive this.
Yes, you can. I'll take you over to drive it. You pay a donation of £50 and I'll teach you to drive it.
And he's told me to hurry up because he's going up to 65 soon.
Well, yeah. I only do what I'm told. I don't decide on prices.
It's got to be well worth it. I mean, it's a museum and you're donating to a good cause anyway.
Well, yeah.
Right.
So that's the main. This is what the engine turns. This wheel here, which is like 125 tonnes on its own.
That's a fair bit of scrap.
Yeah, it's irreplaceable.
Right.
Greasing for greasing the insides of those.
Right. So anybody who's got a Myford lathe will recognise what those oil drip pots are, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Nice, clean, well-oiled shaft. That's what you say, which is the big end, did you
Where
say?
you're pointing now there.
Right.
Don't come around here, you'll see him better. There you are.
I've got a friend in Canada who'd love to see this. Well, he will see it, won't he?
This is probably the biggest one in the world now. There's a bigger one in South Africa, but it's been turned to electric now, so it's probably the biggest winding edge of its type in the world. It still runs.
So what does this run off?
Compressed air now.
By that machine I saw.
That's a generator.
That
That
generates
generates electricity to run compressors. Because we tried to take the power off the grid for compressors to put the village out.
Astley Village won't be so happy about that.
All these connection rods here are for the timing, for opening and shutting the valves.
Wow.
We try and keep them well oiled for stop them going rusty. More greasing points here, as you can see. Turn them, it puts grease in through there.
I say, my friend Vince, he has a small hit and miss engine. Well, this is a much bigger scale, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't get many as big as this.
Wow.
Down here we've got the actual reversing gear. Yeah, this is for going backwards and forwards. It lifts up and down, alters the timing. We've recently had all these off, all these blocks here, and they're very heavy.
Going to insult you, it's like a big sewing machine.
Yeah, an oversized sewing machine. We've had all them off, been checking the bearings, re-greasing them. As you can tell, they're well packed with grease. There's 2 bearings there, there's 2 in there. We've got shims here. And it's all controlled from that there.
Who controls that?
It's controlled from a box up there, which I'll take you up to in a bit.
Okay.
That's for forward and reverse. We normally leave it in forward.
So we've got everything you said. So now I'm going to pull back over here. It's a hell of a length. And
It's hooked last for 25
comes with an original end.
I think it's
Pit chocks.
Pit chocks, yes, and that's a wooden one. They could leave wooden ones and it was a bit unsafe, but if they left them in, then only got a warning. This is a slide for the end of the bearing rods because that flows on an oil.
My granddad broke his back down the pit in a rock fall.
Oh,
Oh,
my granddad worked in the steam room.
65 years ago. Before I was born.
Oh, my granddad worked at Plank Lane, Lancashire colliery, and he worked there on the actual, either the winding engine or the boiler room, I can't remember which, and a steam pipe burst and burned his legs badly and he was off work. This was in 1937-ish. By the time he come back to work, they said, we can't have you because your legs are that bad. So he tried to join the army because the war was starting and they wouldn't have him, so ended up on the farms. My other granddad was a shot fire in the pit and then he transferred to being an electrician.
My uncle, he was a fireman down one at local pits. I don't mean fireman, I mean, you know, the guys who set the explosives off.
Yeah, shot fire.
Yeah, you used to call them firemen, didn't they?
No, firemen actually put the fires out the shop. These are some of the little spanners they use to maintain the engine.
Look at the size of them. They're fur old spanners then. Thank you, Diane. But yeah, that is impressive. And if you get stills off, apparently, if that lot failed or there was a problem, then they have some emergency winding gear, which is this one. It's, wow, look at that. That's impressive. Well, thank you, Diane, for your help here.
I'll take you up to the shaft, wouldn't you?
And I believe they have a train that runs up and down.
Starts then goes down to Whitehead Lane.
Right, so let's record this. So this is Astley Green's mine, and this relates to an accident where 5 miners lost their life. And the only thing that the colliery owners did was put a sign up and say, no afternoon shift. No mention of the blokes that died. It's all about King Cole then. We've got another view here.
That's where the actual shaft was. If you come closer to the concrete,
Yeah.
that's the cap on the mine shaft. Apparently it's got 26 foot of air, 650 foot of water and about 2,000 foot of filling. And we're all the railways were.
So there's an old boiler there.
There's a couple.
Although we're more interested in what's in the skip. Because my channel's all about scrap and skip diving, I have to show them what's in the skip. I have to walk by and leave it in there. I bet there's some phosphor bronze in them. Wow, that's impressive. I think I'll go out to the side. Wheelie. So we got, oh, there's 3 boilers, yeah. Well, that takes some feeding with coal. Mind you, it's a coal, we're a coal mine.
Exactly, that's why they use steam trains.
So Diane's now going to take me to see some photos. Oh my God. So these are some old pictures of Astley. These are all of Astley, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's a fair old size train, that. That's not a man rider, is it?
No, that's for 4, 8.5.
Of course, the canal is only not
That's
far
where
away.
the site was. We're roughly at the moment here. That was the site where it
All the train yarding.
So all these went to there, then there was that from there was went to wagons.
Oh, there's a picture from overhead. Wow. Pretty impressive site. And they've actually reconstructed a, it's about 500 yards long.
That's the original line that there apparently. The far one. Got some more pictures here of the barges.
White shirts.
And that's how it looked.
Right, so we've just come out that door, haven't we, at the top?
Come down the door there.
Yeah.
We've come round and we've been stood.
So we were stood here.
Yeah.
When we was up there. Diane, let me say thank you very much for that guided tour.
Thank you for the donations, much appreciated.
Need to expect that right royal guided tour.
Well, we're running on Friday. You go there and tell them Diane said he can win the winding route.
You'll be here Friday.
I'll be on the train.
All right, okay.
Well, don't worry, just say Diane said you to win the driving house and they'll win.
Thank you very much. Diane has brought me into replica Miner's Cottage.
This was designed and built by the people who done the set for Peaky Blinders.
Right, so when I first come in, I'll show you downstairs when I first come in, I thought, flipping heck, it was like my grandma's house. Old dresser, that wooden cot.
Coat on the bed, keep you warm.
As a child, I used to have my dad's army greatcoat on my bed.
I had my granddad's duffel coat on my bed.
I should have actually showed you coming up these steps, but these are how steep they are going down. Right, so what we have here is a replica built by the, as she said, by the people who did Peaky Blinders set of a miner's cottage. And as soon as I walked in, I thought, bloody hell, my grandma's house. Just like this. Some brass stuff.
Marilyn's coming in now, she'll tell you more about things like this. What went
Say
on.
that again. You don't mind being on YouTube, do you, Marilyn?
I don't at all, dear.
Yeah.
I don't cock at all.
Proper late speaking.
Oh, aye.
This is her mum.
It's all right, lad.
All right, yeah.
We'll are round.
I get tied off for speaking broad.
I reckons, lad, they should take the coat off.
Sit this hell down.
They don't take the coat off us, lad.
Give me all right.
No, you have to do something now.
Oh,
Don't argue with Marilyn, you won't get away with it.
Right, cock. Stick the hand straight in front of the lad. Just pretend you're at the hospital.
they're not going to give me an haircut,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm not saying I'm good duty, lad. Stand thee up.
I've not getting no much left.
Stand thee up, lad. Let's have a look at this.
Oh, that's awesome. Tall.
Right, lad. Turn the end.
Look at that. I'll better come down.
Ah, they can come down there. Put the muffler on, lad. They're not getting much cold man's due any time. Stick that on the head.
I'm getting a flat cap.
Right, lad, let's have a look at this.
How do I look?
Wonderful.
Champion. Stick the legs together.
A penny.
It's a man's working stuff. There's not some table, shut up.
I say it's just like my grandma. Please make me do as I'm told.
Make, pretend. You want to stick it in the mouth.
Why? That's getting something that I'm not getting.
You don't know what his mouth it's been in like.
Oh, I were.
There.
Nah, I used to have one of them too.
Right, now we're not getting much cold. So we're doing what you call a bit of podology. You stand neat in that corner there, lass.
How many sugars are in here?
Shut up and get round. Beggars can't be choosers, I've been shop. You don't get paid till Friday.
Now, kid, we used to put newspaper across, but let it draw.
Oh, health and safety, dear.
There we go.
Diane, you get a good photo there.
There we go, I can always pull a... Right, so for MBA, I don't know, and even Tim, Amish Paul, they've got an old dolly tub, and we've got the scrubbing board here. It's scrubbing board.
She'll show you how to do it.
A mangle. Bloody hell, I used to strip mangles when I was at scrapyard. Some old irons. I've got a couple of old irons at home, and mincemeat maker, all scales, and clogs. So clogs. Now when I was a lad, I used to go to school in clogs, and Kathy, my wife, her dad used to make clogs. I've still got some of his clog making equipment at home. I'll dig it out sometime. Well, having been stitched up by Marilyn there, I'm going to have a little walk round, and we've got Fred Dibner's headgear over there. I'm going to start off at the gates. I'm very quick. Mining tallies. I have a couple of them somewhere, and in the attic. There's a lot of things in my attic. Lamp room. I think I can get it, lamp room. Electric motor, do you think they'll miss that? I've got this gentleman here. Sorry, what's your name?
Billy.
Billy. And he's a veteran coal miner. You don't have to hide out the way.
I do.
And what he does here, he takes old ones like this and he refurbs them, and that's his own actual lamp.
Something like that one.
Sutton Manor. And I'm going to go in a tent over there. There's a lot of his work on display.
Just ask him to turn them on if they're not switched on.
Thank you very much for your time. Very interesting.
I'll come over with you and have a
So, it's hard to see, but they're getting ready for the Jubilee celebration tea party this weekend, and just look what he's done. And he's refurbed all these and polished them all up, and it's going to create quite a nice atmosphere in here, I think. I love all this old machine, and it's not really that old, is it? But they don't make it like that these days, do they? No. But yeah, Vince, about that for an hit and miss. Single cylinder inverted vertical steam engine. Oh, you got a blacksmith's swage block.
Yeah.
Anvil over there. Anvils are worth a bob or two these days.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got another one here. Oh, yeah. Because it weren't raised up, I didn't recognise it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power hammer.
1920, that's one. That was made.
That's like what my mate's got. Hit and miss engine. That's probably a Lister, is it?
Could be. Don't know, being honest.
I mean, those are pretty cheap to buy these days. You pick them like 150,
I've got
200
a
quid.
guy on mine, and he's actually made his own engine. Got one.
Right. Oh, we've got an old lake at the back.
Yeah.
They don't make them like that these days. Wow. Some awesome kit. 10 horsepower. Is that a grass cutter?
It looks like it, doesn't it? It's got me. Got me on it.
Oh, yeah. Like that for a ceramic mowers. Like that for a lawnmower. Right. Yeah, well, I'm just going to wind it up here. A little wander around at some of the yards. Always nice to watch somebody working. Small engine repairs. Right. Where we going? Fred Dibner's headgear over there. So this is an actual cage that took you down, and as this gentleman tells me, who's been a veteran of 5 different collieries, that would hold 16 men all kitted up with the snap tins.
With everything. Your powder, your snap, your tools. You have to take any tools down, anything. Everything and anything.
Can't remember the one I went down Blank Lane. Don't think it
If
looked
it was
like
on
that.
steam line, you're probably dropping about 36 feet a second.
I don't remember what it were. It's a long time ago. Well, memories I do have. Sorry, one of the memories I do have is when they put us on a man rider, and then they told us all, been on a few minutes, turn your lights off. We all turned our lights off and thundering through that mine in the pitch black. It's an experience will always stay with me, that.
You don't realise how dark
No.
can be until you're down the line.
That was, that was an experience. I want to have a look at Fred's gear. Fred's headgear. So these a memorial, of course, to miners, I guess, from the Astley colliery. And now I'm on my own, I can go back, have a look at that skip again. Right. Some fair old size cogs and stuff. And my friend Bert, he should be able to make something from these chains and hooks and eyes. This steam crane. Yeah, definitely a steam crane. See up there. Right, so Fred Dibner, you all know who Fred Dibner was, from Bolton. He was doing his own mine shaft back of his house, and some tales I can tell you, but not on here, about that. And this was his own headgear, which apparently has been donated here, and it's been restored. It wasn't in this condition, I'm told, when they got it. And I guess that would have been his winding stuff. It's all bloody hell, look at the size of that for a bucket. That's a bonny bucket, that is. Hey, God, look at the size of that. I don't know if I can put it in perspective. There's a tree. That's 5 foot tall, 5 foot round. I better make my way home. My wife thinking I fell down bloody pit. There's one for Lee, a train. So of course, a lot of stuff down the pit was done with pit ponies. That's a hell of a work of art. Well, I'm back home and I've done some talking for the last, I was there easily 2 hours. So I'm going to try this original Jamaican Dragon Stout, 7.5%. So let's pour this because I'm gagging, I really am. Right, cheers, and I'm going to raise a glass to this Alan Parr. I'll talk about him in a second. So the guy who was doing the lamps was said Bill, and he worked down several collieries. He didn't know this A Parr, but he said, I know a guy who will, and he phoned up somebody on the phone and said he used to work on Mines Rescue. If anybody will know, he'll know. So he phoned him up and he said, Alan Parr, and he went, he's deceased now. And he explained, he said, well, I'm in tomorrow. He said, but I think that's awesome of donating the stuff. And I've got to say, I feel better myself giving that guy who gave so much to the mining community, giving that to the Astley Green Mining Museum. And I've got to really thank the staff. I got a personal guided tour. They was over the moon with what I've given them. So if I can edit this into something that's going to be watchable, I don't know. So I'm doing this before I've even started the editing, so God knows what it's going to be like. Again, I can only thank all the staff there. I'm going to put some links in. I know there's when I was doing the research going to this place, there is a 45-minute YouTube video, so I'll link to that. I don't know who it is, I haven't watched it, and it might be a bit more cinematographic, cinematronic than my ham-fisted attempt. But well, the size of that engine. And Marilyn, what a laugh Marilyn was. Right, Ian, been out all afternoon, time for me tea. See you lot in the next one.